Hello Pro Wrestling Magic fans, Carl Vanderbeek here, and today I have the opportunity to talk to a man who in every sense of the word is superhuman. He is none other than Limitless Keith Lee. Keith, sir, thank you for doing this.
You bet.
So, you debuted for Pro Wrestling Magic back in September of 2016 at Limitless. You had a first-time meeting against none other than JT Dunn, and the two of you tore the house down. Many say that is the greatest match in the history of Pro Wrestling Magic. But that night, JT Dunn came out on top. How did it feel to debut for Pro Wrestling Magic, but not pick up that win?
First, let me extend my thanks to Pro Wrestling Magic for even bringing me in and giving me the opportunity to do what I do in the ring. It's always a great experience to debut somewhere freshly, get yourself out there to new fans and introduce yourself to people and show them what you're all about. As you say, at this point, fans now refer to me as the meta-human. I just like to call it limitless. You guys can pick and choose whatever you want. It was a great experience. Pro Wrestling Magic, and I've talked about them several times. They treat their talent very well. They've done right by me every single outing I've had here, and I enjoy coming here. As far as showing up and not getting a victory against JT Dunn of all people, that was very sour for me. Normally, I'm not one to underestimate an opponent. I feel like I might have done that. And that's an apology to you, JT Dunn. You didn't impress me when I first saw you. That night, you impressed me. You lasted through one hell of a beating. And you managed to knock me out. And there's only one other man that's done that, and that's your mentor, Mr. Chris Hero. So, while I'm super, and I mean super sour about it, it's nothing that I dwell on because for me, a lot of fans and friends would refer to me as something akin to a Super Saiyan. And it's not necessarily because of my love for the show, but because they realize what I thrive on in this business is competition. That's what gets my gears going. That's what makes me excited. That's what makes me want to give my everything in the ring. JT Dunn became a competitor that does that. And while that night, things didn't turn out my way, hopefully, with enough work, I can get back to a point where I get another shot at him.
And it seems that that match kind of set the tone a little bit for the next couple months of in your career at Pro Wrestling Magic. You made it to the Keys to the Kingdom finals, and in that match you had victory at hand until EC Negro snuck in and picked up the victory and eventually cashed in his keys to the kingdom and became the Pro Wrestling Magic champion. For a competitor like yourself, I feel like that definitely did not sit well. What did you feel after that match?
That's done, man. But you know what? First, let me premise this by saying I don't like EC Negro, okay? I don't like him at all. I don't like his style. I don't like his name. I don't like his face. I don't like anything about him. But I have to give kudos to him. The man was intelligent. He was smart. He got a victory in a way that I probably never would. Sneaky, cowardly. Snuck in a ring after I stalling tower bombed, as I like to call it. Y'all pay attention to that. 2 men. And then he rolled in the ring and got a 1, 2, 3 while I was preparing to finish off one of them. Very smart. But it's one of those unfortunate situations, man. You sometimes people get a one up on you, and in that moment that guy got one, and it's paid off dividends for him. Congrats to him for becoming champion, but let's be real, EC Negro. Between myself and a few other competitors, you're no true champion. You're just a sneaky coward. And eventually that'll come full circle for you, I'm sure.
So, things are turning around for a Limitless Keith Lee. Decisive victory over former WWE superstar Hardcore Holly. you have your sights set on JT Dunn. But we also have a man that was at Kingdom Come, a one American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Do you by any chance have your sights set on that man?
Let me address first, Mr. Holly. All the respect to you. 100% one hell of a competitor. And if I had limits, you pushed them, my friend. And yes, JT Dunn's in my sights, and yes, you can bet your ass an American Nightmare is definitely in my sights. When you talk about people that I want to face, that list is very short now. I've faced most of the people that I am a fan of, or I've had a feeling of want to be in a ring with, that level of competition I was speaking about. Cody's definitely one of the headliners of that list. So getting in the ring with him, I think, would probably turn Pro Wrestling Magic upside down, frankly, to be honest.
Well, Pro Wrestling Magic fans, you heard it here. Mr. Lee, thank you so much, sir. And it was a pleasure talking to you.
Absolutely. Pro Wrestling Magic fans, make sure you keep coming, basking in my glory. And whatever you do, make sure you keep it limitless.
Keith Lee, the man of the hour, the king of the ring, intelligence and power, the best versus the greatest. He'll make you famous. One spirit bomb and your whole life changes. Bask in my glory, you all know the story. Started on the football field, but wanted more. See, the full contact made me react. Throw anyone and everyone, and that's a known fact. From the top rope, I reign supreme. I'm worse than any nightmare. Exorcism or wet.